What's up guys, my name is Ryan Horton and I've been a collegiate strength conditioning coach for 20 years now. And in this video, I'm gonna give you my 12 favorite one arm row alternatives that you can try out today. Now, first and foremost, don't get me wrong, I love one-arm rows. They are one of my absolute favorite exercises for building back size and strength. However, there are times when one-arm rows just isn't an option. You may not have dumbbells, or maybe you're just looking to change up your workout a little bit. And that's exactly what I'm gonna go into in this video. And so let's get started right away with, if you don't have dumbbells, but you do have a barbell, a bent over barbell row is one of the best options that you can replace your one-arm rows with. You can make the argument that they're even better for building strength. The only thing that you're really gonna miss out on is that ability to support yourself with your off arm like you can with a one-arm row, which means it's gonna place a lot more stress on the low back, so you're gonna have to be really conscious about staying nice and braced and nice and tight when you're in that bent over position when you hit your barbell rows. Next, let's talk about an alternative that's using just strictly your body weight. In this situation, inverted rows is going to be your best option. Inverted rows is a horizontal row, which is a little bit different than another bodyweight exercise that I'll get to later on. So it's going to more mimic that horizontal row action of a dumbbell one-arm row. It's a bodyweight movement. You don't need any weights, no dumbbells, no barbells at all. All you need is something sturdy that you can slide underneath of, grab hold of, and then an inverted row is basically, think of it like a reverse bench press. You're just keeping your body nice and straight and pulling your chest right up to the bar. It's a great replacement for a one-arm row. So now let's talk about a couple options that are great if you are on the go. So if you are on the road, you're traveling, you're in a hotel room, these are two great options that may be able to replace your one-arm rows. And those two options are a TRX row and a resistance band row. So now a TRX row is basically going to be about the exact same as an inverted row. You're still going to be at a body lean, you're still using just your body weight, and you're using that horizontal rowing action. But with a TRX, as opposed to generally an inverted row that you do with a barbell inside the rack, maybe a set of rings, you can take that TRX on the road with you. So even if you're in a hotel room, as long as you've got a doorway or something sturdy that you can mount that TRX to, you're ready to go. And then a resistance band row may not build the strength that some of these other exercises are gonna do, but a resistance band is really easy to throw in a suitcase, throw in a bag, throw in the car, take it with you, and you can get a full workout in using nothing more than a resistance band. Next, let's touch on two exercises that are great options if you're looking for something a little bit outside the box. So if you really want to just change up your workout, do something a little bit different, these two exercises could be great alternatives for your one-arm rows. And those two exercises are a landmine row and a trap bar row. So let's start with the landmine row first. First off, if you don't have the actual piece of equipment, the landmine piece of equipment, those can be hard to come by. They can also be really expensive if you're buying them for yourself or your own home gym. You can actually make a landmine with nothing more than a tennis ball. And I'll put a link down below with a quick little guide that shows you it's really easy to take a tennis ball, basically cut it in half and make yourself a landmine row. So that's a great option. And then a trap bar row. So you're probably familiar with doing trap bar deadlifts with a trap bar, but you can actually stand inside that trap bar, all right, like a bent over barbell row, get in that good bent body position, core nice and tight, and you can go rows right there with a trap bar row. Something a little bit different that a lot of people don't work into their workouts. So next is an exercise that is really just a slight tweak of a one-arm row. So if you're wanting to basically keep a one-arm row, but you're just wanting to change it up a little bit, you can go with a chest-supported dumbbell row. And so you're gonna take a bench press, you're gonna put it at about a 45-degree angle, you're gonna lay your chest across that bench with your head hanging just above it. You can still stay nice and tight. You don't want to just let yourself slouch on the bench just because the bench is there for support. Still keep your posture really good, but now you're going to be able to row with both arms at the same time as opposed to one at a time. So next, let's get into some machines that you can use that can replace a one-arm row. So a lot of your big commercial gyms, a lot of your collegiate weight rooms are going to have some, if not all of these machines. And if you've got one of these machines in your gym that you have access to, they can be a great alternative for the one-arm row. And those machines are a T-bar row, a hammer strength iso row, a close grip lat pull down, and a seated cable row. All right, so just really quickly, a little bit on each one. So a T-bar row, that's the machine that you're gonna find that has it's gonna have kind of a chest supported pad, most of them, that you're gonna be able to put your chest on. And then it's got a giant lever underneath of it that you're gonna be able to grab, see it nice and tight, and you're gonna be able to go kind of like a barbell bent over row, but it's basically a machine version of that. But the advantage to a T-bar row is especially the ones that have chest support, is you're gonna be able to get that chest support and not put as much strain on your low back that you might with a barbell row or even a landmine row. So next is the hammer strength iso row. This has gotta be my favorite machine that you can find in any weight room, in any gym. I don't have any machines in my garage gym, but I can guarantee the first one that I splurge and get is going to be a hammer strength iso row. So a hammer strength iso row, you're gonna be able to sit, or you can actually stand, which is what I like to do. You got multiple different handle grips that you can use, and you're able to really load up the weight. You've got a nice chest support and be able to row right to your chest. The next one is a close grip lat pull down. So you're gonna use a lat pull down machine, but instead of using the long wide bar that you would typically do with a lat pull down, you're gonna use the narrow handle, and then you're gonna slightly lean back just a little bit so you get a little bit more of a horizontal row action as opposed to a vertical row action. That can be a good replacement, and a lat pull down machine is one of the most common machines that you'll find in most gyms. And then finally is a seated cable row. So kind of similar to the close grip lat pull down, but a seated cable row, you're actually gonna get that pure horizontal action. So you're gonna have the cable set up somewhere in front of you. Some machines will even have like foot placements where you can put your feet in to get leverage, but good posture, sit up nice and tall, and then row. Make sure we're not rocking back and forth and turn it into a rowing machine, but it can be a great horizontal row that can be an alternative for your one-arm rows. And finally, I cannot have a list of back exercises without mentioning chin-ups or pull-ups. So I'm gonna go with chin-ups here over pull-ups just because the underhand grip is a little bit more of a narrow grip, which is gonna more closely mimic that one-arm row. But either way, if you're ever in need of a back exercise, you can absolutely never go wrong with a chin-up or a pull-up. They're two of my favorite exercises to work the back. There's just so many benefits that you can get with a chin-up or a pull-up. And that's it. That is my 12 favorite alternatives for one-arm rows. I'm gonna put links down in the description for a full guide that I did that's on HortonBarbell.com if you wanna go check that out and get some more information. I'm also gonna leave links to my free daily workouts. They're daily workouts that I post Sunday night through Thursday night for each day of the week. And finally, a link that'll take you straight to my shop if you wanna actually get a full-on program from me. I've got sport programs from football, basketball, soccer, and then I've also got programs for us adults that still wanna stay in shape and look great at the beach.